Okay, this is Adam here. We're going to be going through real astrology, things that you need to know about your own astrology, the more harder truths that are usually not being taught because people like to sugarcoat, people like just to give the good news about things and not more of the nitty-gritty, not more of the essence of astrology that you need to be learning about, that you need to be evolving with. Okay, astrology is not just the kind of like the fun things about our personalities. It's much more than that. And so there are two placements in astrology, or two planets in astrology, that are giving a lot of obstacles and challenges for you. Okay, this goes for everyone that has been born. Okay, everyone in their astrology, they have either one of these two planets giving them a very hard time in their life, and it does come for a reason. Okay, there are lessons behind this. Now, the first one is Mars. Okay, but planet of aggression, the planet of war, destruction. Mars rules Aries and Scorpio. However, this is a different topic that I'm trying to talk about here. Is Mars itself. I mentioned these other zodiac signs just so you can understand of a lot of the characteristic of this planet. Now, Mars, being the planet of war, it is very aggressive. Okay, it's aggression, it's direct. Okay, now is this for everyone? No, this is not for everyone. This is for those who are born at the daytime. Okay, this is for those who are born when the sun is out. Okay, from the sunrise to the sundown. So for those who have a day chart, Mars is what is referred to as a malefic planet. And it ends up being one of, wherever it is in your chart, in whatever house it's in, it's going to be this huge lesson of life for you. And so in regards to Mars, what's going on here? Mars is going to be a source of conflict for you in whatever house it's in. It's going to be a constant struggle. Like struggle as in like an aggressive way. So people with a malefic Mars, they tend to kind of like destroy things, destroy certain situations out of that aggression. It limits them in that house that they have because the Mars kind of gets out of hand. Okay, and that is the malefic nature of Mars. Now, this is all part of what is called sect. Okay, and this is all ancient astrology, by the way. And a lot of it has been forgotten and replaced with modern type of astrology that is just sugar-coated and is quite limited as well in what it has done. Now it has discovered a lot of things, but I do stick to the classic astrology and what it has preserved versus whatever modern astrology is trying to change. Now, modern astrology coming up with new things is different, but changing the foundation is where there can be an issue. So there's the other planet that is malefic, and that is the planet Saturn. Okay, by the way, these are the glyphs of these two planets. Saturn is the planet of discipline, Okay, it's the planet of karma. It rules karma, it rules time, it rules consequences and commitments. And so what happens for the person that has a Saturn malefic? This is if you're born at nighttime. Okay? So it's kind of like the darker polarity in what we're dealing with here. And a lot of you all who are born at nighttime do deserve to know about this very strong placement that's going on for you, wherever your Saturn is, whatever house it's in. Now, for those who haven't heard about the houses, you've probably seen a birth chart. Okay, and there are 12 sections. Okay, now, depending on at what time you're born, okay, this is where it really comes into play. Unfortunately, the ring was right on there. But let's say your Saturn was here in the 7th house, which is the house of relationships and partners. If you have a Saturn here, what ends up happening is that there is a lot of Saturn in a malefic way. What it does, it can slow down. It can bring a lot of obstacles and kind of like changes in path, okay? And so with the Saturn in the 7th house, there's going to be a lot of testing of this person with their relationships in life, okay? They're going to it can be setbacks, it can be just harder to get by, it can be a longer period of time that they have to wait for in order to kind of like find a partner. And the house itself in general, the house, the 7th house, can be related to your first your like married partner, but it can in general, since it has to do with kind of like marriage and love, it's going to again just slow things down in that regard, make it a little more serious, because that is the way that Saturn is. Okay, now in contrast, if it's Mars that you have in your 7th house, the malefic Mars in the day chart, what happens is that there's going to be a lot of arguments, there's going to be a lot of conflicts, almost to a point, depending on what zodiac sign it falls in, it can almost be cruel for the other partner, and kind of like what they have to do with, because again, Mars gets out of control in a day chart. Okay, the ancients would describe it as in Mars was already a fiery red planet, and in the day chart it just kind of like becomes much more hotter and heated. And then Saturn, in contrast, is a planet that's very serious, very out there and cold in the solar system, and everything about it rules the winter time, for instance. So all that like coldness of Saturn and how real it is at nighttime, it's just kind of like overbearing again when it comes to its nature. All right, so everyone in the world is either going to be a day or a night chart, and you are going to have these malefic planets. Okay, now, is it the worst thing in the world? No, it's just one of the high points in your birth chart that's going to show the challenges and obstacles in your life, the life lessons, a place to evolve from. Okay, it's not bad news. it's a way to realize what's been going on in your life. You will notice that this has manifested in your life. You're now pinpointing it and finding it out. Now you can check my website, payhip.com/blue soul awakening. Check my links, and from there you can go further into your chart by having a birth chart reading with me. And of course, any other lessons that you would like, I do offer courses, including the Astrology Science and House Mastery, which I go through a lot of the secrets and the just kind of like the other parts of astrology when it comes to the signs in the houses. Okay, this is something you want to learn about as well. Okay, so this has been Adam Duran, Blue Soul Awakening, and until the next one.